Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Diaspora TV. As you know, I am your host, Imane Mark Bamidele. And today we're going to be doing something different from what we have been doing. You all know this saying. They said that the wisdom is hidden in the book. But books are written by men. And one of those men is here with me in the studio. It's my pleasure to have Pastor Osoko. Thank you so much for being with us in Diaspora.
It's my pleasure.
TV.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
I've seen you've written several books. What are the genes of your book? What kind of books are you writing? Business books, financial books, spiritual books? Or tell us something. Tell our viewers something more about your books.
I've written many books, and I can assure you that each of the book touches the three major parts of man. That is the spiritual, the social, and the physical. And when talking about the genes of the book, especially part of these three being newly released, I focus one on the spiritual and the other one on the social entertainment.
How many books have you published alongside reading the Bible and at the same time trying to publish? How many books have you published?
Over time, by the grace of God, now I have 20 books already published, and there are still many in the offing.
Over 20 books.
Over 20 books published already.
You know, right here before me, I have, I think the Reggie, they're going to show me these books now that I'm trying to show to the viewers. This one is Flashback 1, and I have Flashback 2 and Flashback 3. In your style of writing, I see that your books are in series.
Yes.
If I want to read them, how would you advise me? How do I go about it?
Now, when you look at the entertainment books, you can read them independent of each other. Of course, they are related, but the way they are written, the scene started fresh, and it ends with a theme that I focus on, because each of these books are targeted at teaching particular virtue to people. I mean, the entertainment section of these books are directed to the people who normally don't go to study Bible or go to churches. And in a way of going to the world and touch such people, I come up with this idea of writing entertainment novels so that I can bring the same biblical principle to these people outside here. And each time I'm writing, I'm targeting at some biblical principles that could be a blessing to everybody, either you go to church or you don't go to church.
You are, according to you, written published over 20 books, and a lot are still reading. If I have to ask you, among all the books you've written, which one you will say, God, this is mine? Among them all,
this is my favorite.
Your favorite. I said, this is the one I like most. Which one?
You are really asking a very difficult question. It's like asking the father, which one is your favorite kid? So you have to love all your kid equally. I must tell you that each of the book have different inspiration behind it. They are all equally important. But of course, there's still one of them that I might easily tell everybody. If you want to start to have a feel of what the ministry I'm into is all about, I will advise you to read More Than Conquerors, for that's who you are created to be. You are created to be more than conquerors.
More than conquerors.
It's not here. It's not one of the books on the
because
table.
You have a lot of them.
It was one of the books I wrote in the early days when it dawned on me that there are three types of people alive. You have the losers.
The losers.
They just live on their own. They don't believe in anything. They don't believe in any God. They don't believe in any future. They live for today. And the Bible says, what shall it profit a man who gains the whole world and lose his soul? So these losers might not look like the losers in the world. He might be a billionaire, but he's a loser. Wow. Because he's a living dead. Many people live like they will not die, and they die like they never lived.
And the second?
And the second one, we call them the triumphants. Okay. They are the people celebrating their victories. And victories is normal. We all win some, we lose some. Oh. The challenge with the triumphant is they live on triumphing alone. And life is not like that. Because sometimes you need to make some mistakes in life that will direct you on the way of your success. And sometimes when you are going wrong, the nature, the grace brings you back. And all things work together for good. But if you are just somebody living on triumph alone and you lose, you begin to shake and you begin to doubt everything and everybody. We call them the triumphant. They are good people, but that's not the way to be. The real people that enjoys this life are the people I call more than conquerors. Either they lose or they win. It doesn't stop them. They keep focused, they keep moving on. And you know that most of the time what we call failure today can turn out to be aid to a big success tomorrow. So more than conquerors are beyond losing or winning. They are focused on achieving a particular end to their life. They are above challenges, above limitations, above things that will stop other people.
Okay. I want to ask you something. That's what you're saying now. It has triumphed me or catapulted me to the next question. How would you define success and a successful person?
Now, success is about achieving a particular goal. And for me personally, I believe a person is successful when he achieves the purpose his life is created to achieve. Now we have 7.7 billion people alive today. But everybody is unique. We're all different. And success is about you becoming Mark Bamidele. People don't see it like that. We have a lot of people running races, copying, comparing themselves to people, forgetting that they are created to be themselves. You are created to be you, and so long you are successful. It's a matter of finding out your potential, your destiny, and your purpose.
That's a very interesting one I will take with me in this program. Sir, if our viewers or myself wants to read your books, how can I have them? Where?
I have been producing independently to many companies, but this year I took another move by going to Amazon. So most of my books are now available in Amazon. You just put in my name and put Amazon, and you'll be taken to my
So if I should
site.
write Solomon Osoko in Amazon.
There we go.
There we go. So, okay. Something captured my attention while I was going through your books and your Facebook page. I realized that you will be launching your book or your books or one of your books. What exactly is the launching all about? Maybe you can tell our viewers and those in Switzerland and around or around Europe might be interesting to take part in
this last week of this month, July, I'll be doing the launching of the 3 books. And by the grace of the Lord, we'll be having our fatherly figure, the ambassador, also coming to be the special guest of honor.
You mean the Nigerian ambassador to Switzerland?
Ambassador Baba Magudo, yes. And it's just meant to be a celebration day where we all come together and celebrate a milestone. I call it a milestone because the 3 books that are being released, they are released as a completion of trilogies.
Wow.
Meaning each of the book completes a particular 2 that has been written ahead of it.
We have writers and we have bestsellers. What is your advice for either a writer or a bestseller, either in diaspora or anywhere they are? What should be your advice if you conjugate it with the ethic value that we see now in the publishing industry? How do you see the combination? Where do you see the bridge, the gap, and the loopholes? And where do you think they can fill in?
Now it's a known fact, no more hidden secret, that most of the best writers are not the bestsellers.
Okay.
They are good writers, they are best writers, and we have the bestsellers. And the challenge is when you look at the publishing industries and the distribution channels, it's like a mafia game at times.
Wow.
Somebody writes a book today and 1 million copies could be sold in a matter of weeks. It doesn't mean the book is better than the one that nobody heard of. And that is the challenge many authors, including myself, have. It's one thing to write a good book. It's another thing for people to know that you've written and to even have access to the book. And if you limit the distribution of your book to some particular publishers or distributing channel, there's a chance that people might not even know you've written anything.
Wow.
That's a big challenge.
So if you're not telling your story, people might not even know you have a story.
People might not even know you have a story to tell.
It's a pleasure having you.
Thank
on Diaspora
you very
TV,
much.
and thank you so much. You've heard it all, and I would like you to follow Pastor Solomon Osoko, either on his Facebook page. You can find him there, and go to Amazon, type in the name
Solomon Osoko.
Solomon Osoko. Then you can get his books. Remember, when I started this program, I gave you a secret to take on with you. The knowledge, the wisdom is hidden in the book. And the book, you can find it everywhere. If you need knowledge, if you need wisdom, start reading books. Till another time, I'm still your uncle, Imane Mark Bamidele. All the best.